Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the show. You know the drill, and I hate all of you.
Come on, Susie, don't be like that. Come on, seriously, don't be like that.
I could be like that if I want to, Humphrey, so there. Meow. Hi, I'm Tierra, and I'm
Kerrie, and I'm Humphrey. Today is Thursday, everybody. So, who are we hitting with Stormbreaker?
There's only one answer to that question. That effing old named Martha's a Mariner. Nah, let's not hit him. We hit him enough. Let's hit Dr. Doom.
Doom rejects you hitting him with the Stormbreaker.
Shut up, Victor.
Yeah, you don't even have a doctorate. Do you have a legit doctorate?
Did you go to a special medical school?
Yeah. But Dr. Strange
is a legit doctor. You are not. You are a fraud and a bad character. Oh, sheesh. Oh my God, Victor. How many times do I have to tell you? One coffee shop, one people.
That's right, Victor. Now I will have no choice but to ask you to leave. And when I ask you to leave, don't worry, Loki, I'll kick him out. Wait, that's right, good Thanos. Kick him out. Sorry, buddy, you're getting the bum rush treatment. Doom rejects the bum rush treatment.
Yeah, and don't come back. Gee, Susie, you're a little testy today. Yes, a few days ago, before I came here to record with you guys and go over some stuff with Christina, Fiona Mason had the nerve to call me. I'm beautiful to that cat. Who does she think she is?
Oh, how is that, Fiona? I am more than relieved to get away from her because, I can only take so much of her brat's coolness for so long before I have to get rid of her.
Unfortunately, Fiona does not show a lot of intelligence.
Really? What would make you say that?
Have you not considered the fact that she named her son Njadaka?
Tiamat! Oh dear.
That's right. But today we're going to be talking about someone else.
Who? Oh no. No. There are children in this room. No little children. No Sprite.
Hi, Loki.
No Tiamat.
Hello, Loki.
No Billy and Tommy. Hi, Loki. No Eli Bradley. Hey, Loki. Ugh. No Cassie Langs.
Hi, Loki.
No America Chavez's.
Hey, Loki.
No Kamala Khans.
Hi, Loki.
No Kate Bishops.
Yes, Kate Bishops. Hi, Loki.
Ooh. No Peter Parkers. Hi, Loki. No Miles Moraleses. What's up, Loki? No Barry Allens. What's up, Loki? No Love.
Hi, Loki.
No Scar. Hi, Loki. No Hulkling. Hey, Loki. No Axles. Hi, Loki. Oh my gosh. Who else? No Riri Williamses.
Hi, Loki.
No Shuris. Hi, Loki. No Miniature Toussaints. Hi, Loki. Oh my gosh. No Butterfly Girl.
Hi, Loki.
No Little Fireflies.
Hi, Loki.
No Teeny Tiny Sharks.
Hi, Loki.
Oh no. And there will be no Morgan Starks.
Yes, Morgan Starks. Everybody hug Loki. Oh, we love you, Loki.
Please stop giving me hugs. Ooh. Hey, Loki, I saw you on that show with that Ron Weasley and Draco Malfoy. I mean, why are those guys always complaining? They're like, we don't like this. Harry Potter's better. Like, nobody wants to hear that. We'd rather have you. Oh, I see. And, oh, hey, what's up? Layra and Elena! Holy crap, you guys got turned into Barbie dolls. I know, right?
Yeah, I'm a Latinista, though. Ugh. Yeah, I'm supposed to be getting my hair done, but I decided to swing by and see how you guys are doing. We're doing great, Elena. And we need to get together and do another podcast roundtable. Did you get any calls from Fiona? Well,
she did call us,
but didn't leave us a message. Like, how rude.
What's up, everybody? Ryan!
Oh, no, it's Ryan Stark.
He simps for everyone.
Huh, simps? What, you gonna simp with me?
Ugh! No way, Carly! You killed Lamar in that Falcon and the Winter Soldier movie. That's unforgivable. Oh yeah, I'm dancing. Oh my God. Could somebody please tell that Zemo to shut up?
No, it's even worse. He's just standing there dancing.
We've been trying to get him to stop for 5 years. 5 years! Dang.
Oh yeah, it's been 5 years and 5 years have passed since. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Marvel. Did you guys know that Marvel released the Zemo cut, which is almost an hour long?
Yeah, it's more popular than the Snyder cut. Hey, Jacqueline.
What's up, y'all? Oh, did you guys get another call from Fiona?
Yes, I did too. Hey, Christina.
Yeah, I got a call from Fiona. And she didn't even, didn't you help her? No, I told you, I was in a bad place. Oh yeah, that's right. She tried to hold you up while you were trying to get your place ready for us to, do some work. Ah!
Yep. Yeah, I'm beginning to wonder just how well do we know Miss Fiona?
Yeah, she thinks she gets dead among all of us. Ah! Yeah, and she called me when I was in school.
School! Ooh. And not only that, it was in the middle of my Spanish class. Oh, okay. Somebody put the meme of El Residas laughing.
Oh, El Residas? Yeah, that guy that laughs and laughs and laughs. Oh yeah, he laughs. And he's laughing.
Yeah, you can take any story and put it to his video clip and he'll just laugh incessantly.
Yeah, I can't wait till somebody does a video like that about us. That would be hilarious. Okay. So, what's the topic? Okay, since we're all here, we should do a podcast roundtable episode.
Ooh. Can we do it live? Yeah, let's do it live.
Oh boy. Yeah. We do a podcast about Gene Roddenberry, the man who gave us Star Trek.
Yes! Boo! Star Trek sucks. Star Wars is better. What coffee shop? What people there more? No booing Star Trek.
Ugh. Okay. Wow. While the rest of the group is gonna get here, we're gonna have to go over some ground rules for our podcast.
Yeah, that means you can send any of your questions to us and we'll answer them for you.
And that too.
All right.
Wait, before we get started, we need to explain who Gene Roddenberry is so everybody will know. All right, folks, so on with your tea and cookies. Yes, right, we want cookies. And let's get this thing started. Ha! All right, before we go any further, let's talk Gene Roddenberry. Wait, hold up. For everybody who doesn't know, who is Gene Roddenberry? Oh, yeah. Who is Gene Roddenberry? Yeah. Really? So, who is he? Alright. Still gotta fight with the giant computer? Yeah. Tiny, bunny paws. Giant computer. And then I gotta go to Wikipedia. Go to .org. Go to English. And where are we looking for? Gene Roddenberry. So what was he? Here we go. He was a TV screenwriter and producer, responsible for Star Trek. Yeah, because when we talk Gene Roddenberry, we talk Star Trek. Okay, let's get going. Yeah. He used to be in the Air Force. He was a commercial pilot. He was part of the LAPD, wrote for television. So he died from a stroke. So he was a freelance writer who wrote for Highway Patrol, Have Done a Little Trouble, and then he wrote The Lieutenant, and then he created Star Trek. Wait, hold on. You tell me. Yeah. Didn't one of your relatives actually make Gene Roddenberry in real life? Yep. And what happened? Oh, it was incredible. Quite incredible. Yeah, nothing but humbling too. Meeting him before he blew up on TV. Oh yeah. And no, I never attended his funeral. He died in 1991. I was born in 1993. Oh, yeah. And then in the 70s, Star Trek was syndicated. Oh yeah, syndicated. Because everybody wanted to watch Star Trek. And then they have never, ever forgot. They never forgot. Star Trek inspired books, movies, comic books, video games, and fan-made movies. That's why Star Trek Continues is the definitive Star Trek sequel. Yeah. But let's talk his legacy. What legacy did he leave behind? Well, why was he still significant? Well, before we ask why is he significant, let's ask his legacy. He received the Star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Hey, what about me? You're not getting anything more than something there. You flooded Wakanda. Wakanda? Yeah, and you murdered my mom. Yeah, sure don't want you. Yeah, you're right. Sure doesn't want you. She doesn't want to be with a man who murders her mom and floods up her country. Yeah, and then you got beat up by Dora Milaje. Yeah. Didn't they do the Sci-Fi channel? Sci-Fi is still around. It was dedicated to Roddenberry and Isaac Asimov. Ooh, what? Didn't he write for Star Trek? Yeah. We'll just have to do that when we talk Isaac Asimov. And then there was an asteroid was named for her. And then there was the Roddenberry crater on Mars.
days.
And then,
Wait a minute.
and if there was a Star Trek, George Lucas took cues on that and made Star Wars. I know. I interviewed him and I asked, what inspired you to do Star Wars? And he said Star Trek. I get it. Uncle Sean, you're interrupting the toy.
I know. But somebody has to cut it and say something before I have to go and clap a few fanboys over the head for starting up drama where there's no drama to be needed.
Oh, yeah. There was also Babylon 5. Yeah. That took its cues from Star Trek. And then is there more? Oh, yeah.
Well, in 2021, NASA took a recording and pointed it at where the planet Vulcan would be.
Oh, yeah, it's going to hit in 2038.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. And by then, we'll be very close to first contact. First contact?
Oh, yeah. They was giving us Deep Space Nine.
That was, he was helping produce Star Trek The Next Generation. And then
did he ever help?
Unfortunately, the show was developed when Roddenberry died. Yeah, but then it was 1994 when Deep Space Nine came out.
And then
Major Roddenberry found scripts for a series called Battleground Earth. It was renamed Earth Final Conflict.
And not only that, there was Genesis 2 and Andromeda.
And then there was Andromeda. Wait, hold on. Didn't you guys talk about Andromeda on the round table?
Oh, yeah. We did. He was messy. He was sassy. It was the science fiction show you didn't even know you needed.
Exactly. And then there was a show called Starship. The Quest for Tay. And so that was Ron Roddenberry, the son of Gene Roddenberry. Ended up making a movie. He made several documentaries. One of them was called Trek Nation.
Trek Nation.
So didn't he? Yeah, he walked away. He walked away with a handful of awards in his time.
So there's that. But why is Gene Roddenberry significant?
We looked at his legacy, but we're not done yet.
What happened?
Well,
So what happened?
now, unfortunately, he fell and died when he was at a doctor's appointment.
Oh, he couldn't even breathe.
And they had to call his wife, who sat by him. And then what happened? They couldn't save him. And so he died.
Oh, man, that sucks.
Yeah, you're right. That sucks.
Of course it sucks.
He was 70.
Yeah, I don't know, that's old.
Yep. And then on November 1st, 1991, they had his funeral. He died on October 24th, 1991. Oh my goodness. So he just quit. He had strokes. He was sick. And then he simply fell and died. They had him cremated. And then his ashes went up in space.
Right. So instead of burying him on Earth, he wanted to sleep in the stars.
Even the show Nicole sang about him. And there was Ray Bradbury, Ruby Goldberg, E.J. Newman, and Patrick Stewart were among those that spoke at the memorial. And then Star Trek The Next Generation has reached season 5, called Unification. And they dedicated that to him. And then they dedicated to him. Unfortunately, I must say that I was born when Star Trek was on television, because my movie 2001 A Space Odyssey was released in 1968. So you're not even 60 yet? No. Unfortunately. Indeed. Whatever remains of Gene Roddenberry will sleep forever among the stars, 'cause that's how it is supposed to be. Indeed, but let us talk about his accomplishments, because he was responsible for making several shows for Star Trek, which led him. So let's talk about Let's talk about Star Trek.
So they actually let him work on Star Trek.
Indeed. But it was the middle of the 1960s. And Destiny Productions did not sell a pilot. And the only thing that made the seed was the Lucy show. But Lucy about herself actually paid for Star Trek and another show titled Mission Impossible to be made. And when it was made by NBC, and there it was. What else do we have? They made a show called The Cave. That was the first episode. Unfortunately, that was when Christopher Pike was tormented by the Talosians. And they have no intelligence.
legends.
Yeesh.
I do not want to be a part about no town legends.
Forget that. And it's hard to believe that there was a time when the Lord of the Rings and Star Trek were existing at the same time. But here we are.
Indeed, the Lord of the Rings became popular in the 1960s, and people wanted to watch Star Trek. So there you have it. Oh yeah, and then there was Doctor Who. Didn't we talk about Doctor Who once?
And then we even spoke about the Beatles.
Indeed. And very soon, on September 8, 1966, Star Trek happened, but they called it the Man Trap, which I find very, very insulting to men because it was a man trap and it centered on women. It was actually a salt vampire that killed almost everybody. Uhura almost fell victim to it. So did Kirk. And
Wow. Whoa. Hold on there, Tierra. You think man traps are bad?
then let's talk about turning on intruders.
No.
Oh yeah, my father hated that ending. He hated it. He hated it so much, he wrote some nasty letters to NBC for daring to end it on a note like that. And he said that that particular episode was a slap in the face of female equality. Ooh! And he said that none of them had ever been with a woman. Oh!
Sheesh.
Indeed. But let us talk about Kirk, Spock, and Bones.
You're right. Because when you think Star Trek, we think about Kirk, Spock, and Bones. But that's not all.
Because there was also Uhura,
And Scotty, and Sulu, and Chekhov. And there are so many others, such as Lieutenant Leslie, and Christine Chapel, and Umbanga.
yes, all of them were there.
And not only that, it lasted only 30 seasons.
Indeed. He sometimes rewrote scripts to make them fit and to accept the content. And there was others. Really? Unfortunately, when the second season drew to a close, and the show was about to be canceled, a lot of people were very angry. Over 1,000 students from 20 schools marched in the studio. Hundreds of fans wrote letters to NBC begging them to save the show, which was a very smart idea because then you got season 3.
Yeah, and they turned out to be the worst season.
Yeah, except for that one episode where Spock meets Romulan commander. Ooh! And Kirk and Homer were forced to kiss by the Platosians. Yep.
And, yeah. And then there was. So I went out to a half.
Indeed. There were other Star Trek was canceled in February 1969 and in July. Neil Armstrong stepped on the moon 27 days after the last episode aired. And Roddenberry was angry, and he never worked for television again. Wow, they really butchered his work.
And not only did they butcher his work,
well, he wrote westerns and police stories, and now they all think it's science fiction.
and not only that,
He wrote a very sexy film called Pretty Maids All in a Row,
and people would think Variety was like, ugh.
and not only that, there were science fiction conventions that happened.
Yeah, and not only that,
He sold more ideas. Genesis 2. And not only that, there was Planet of the Apes, the Quester tapes.
and then there was the Quantum tapes.
They tried to make Strange New World. And then there was also, how many others did he make? There was also, they tried trying to make a movie about Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. And yet, no matter what happened, he went back to the golden goose. Star Trek.
The animated series. What? You guys got a problem with cartoons?
No. Star Trek is largely cerebral to ever to be downgraded to Saturday morning cartoons. And then they had made the animated series. Well, they also made Star Trek, the motion picture, and then but they had Star Trek the Wrath of God, which I do not like because of the death of Spock. According to Wikipedia, he also created Star Trek The Next Generation. Indeed. Really?
There's also more.
Right there. So there are Star Trek movies being made. Yeah, the last Star Trek movie before 2009 came along was Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. And, well, of course, the guy who directed the movie clashed with Roddenberry, who did not believe in the Enterprise crew holding prejudices against the Klingons.
Yeah, nobody cared about that.
I guess the guy in question regretted it. He should have regretted it. Well, he did get to watch the movie right before his death.
Well, there's that. So, we know a little bit about him.
But now we must ask ourselves, folks,
just one question. Why is Gene Roddenberry still significant?
All right. Okay, let's take a short break and then we'll be right back. With why Gene Roddenberry is significant.
Okay, I asked ChatGPT, why is Gene Roddenberry still significant today? And here's what it says.
What happened?
When you think Star Trek, you think of him. Yeah, and not only that, he popularized a very interesting vision of the future. One where nobody fights, there's no poverty, and people travel the universe, right? Yeah, but now, let us go back to the 1960s. You have the Cold War, you have the Civil Rights Movement, there's political upheaval, and everybody was afraid of being blown up, even though I'm pretty sure that we deserve it. I would have to disagree with the last part here, but humanity does not need to be blown up. Instead, they must be humiliated. Which is why Gene Roddenberry had a vision, and his vision is to make a show where humanity decided to stop fighting and start working together. And yet, here is how the story goes. And so, let's see the first part of the article. Star Trek was a vision of what humanity was meant to be. Indeed. The United Federation of Planets was not a fictional political organization. It was an idea.
Yeah, that's right. You got people from around the galaxies all coming together, and they live among us, and we live among them and all that stuff. Yeah, that's what we get. Humanity ain't perfect,
but they realized maybe we should cooperate instead of destroying ourselves. Yeah, unfortunately, we still need to talk about why Star Trek Into Darkness is still so terrifying today. Exactly. Okay, Star Child, you look like you have something to say. Yeah, what you got to say about it? Yeah. So, let me get this straight. One spaceship, one people? No, Carly. That's not how it works. But, since we're on that subject, let's talk about the diversity. Indeed. The diversity was what people saw. It was not there for clout. He simply put people there, and the audience are to accept it. Indeed. We have William Shatner, who played Captain Kirk. Nichelle Nichols played Lieutenant Uhura. George Takei played Sulu. And Walter Koenig played the part of Chekhov.
right? And his little name was Spock, because that's what he does.
Yep. And it is not just an American institution. No. It was all of the institutions.
And not only that, putting Uhura on the spaceship meant something.
Indeed. Back then, a woman can only be a maid, or a mother, or a secretary. Yeah. Gods forbid she be a career woman. Indeed.
but having Uhura as a career woman was definitely the best move. Oh yeah, we did see that episode on Drunk History where we had the story about Michelle Nicole, and she was talking with Dr. King, and he begged her to stay on the show. Oh wait, that story really did happen. Dr. King did tell her to be on the show. And she stayed on that show, participated in a number of episodes. Yeah, like she bought Tribbles and the Tribbles took over. Tribbles! Not just Tribbles. It was Roddenberry who got her on board. Ooh, speaking of which, let's talk about that infamous kiss. I was sex when that happened. And not only that, I'm watching the show like, ew, gross, they're kissing. Ew, gross. Yeah, and then we found out the Platosians made them do it. Platosians are beautiful things. Indeed, the Platosians did not have intelligence. They were using Kirk and Uhura and Spock and Chapel as puppets. Wait, hold on. A really very interesting story just happened. Let's go behind the scenes. Where Shatner and Nichols decided to ruin every take that didn't have the kiss in it. Oh yeah, that was embarrassing. And then the guy directing this thing had enough. So Shatner pulled one more trick up his sleeve. And that trick made it into the episode. They kiss, and then he just looked at them all cross-eyed. Oh yeah. Of course, when Roddenberry saw that, he's like, the heck was that? Yeah. It's like, don't nobody want to see that? He's like, oh no. The guy directing was like, my career is over. And people in the back were trying not to laugh. When they watched it, they're like, oh my God. And then the guys at NBC, the suits were like, okay, you know what? Just go with the kiss, okay? And everybody in the place just roared with laughter. Yeah, that's what we get. That's what we get. That's what we got. And then not only that, something better. Science fiction was a laboratory for ideas. Like this. You know? Got new political systems, prejudice, nationalism, ethics, historical responsibility. Oh, and Tribbles. Yeah, the dangers of owning a foreign pet. Yeah, 'cause who could forget the moment Kirk opens the hatch and Tribbles keep falling out. I know, right? Nah, and then there was that bar fight. Oh yeah, bar fight. Wait, hold on. 4 time travelers participated in that bar fight. But that's neither here nor there. Oh yeah, we didn't see them, but they were there. Right? Yeah. Science fiction can examine morality as well as talk about technology. Or the state of humanity. Of course, there's always prime directive. We have to ask ourselves these one question. Prime directive says don't interfere. But what if they do? What if they see injustice? Or what? The Federation's got the power to save lives. What if saying yes means suffering? Or saying no means more suffering? Hey, I didn't say you could do that.
But now we have to think. Should we help? Oh yeah, a lot of episodes were going on that. And not only that, there was no money. Yeah, they decided, what if humanity didn't need money? But you could still use knowledge, exploration, creativity, service, personal development, self-improvement. And you don't have to use money. Oh yeah, now everybody's still debating that to its very day. No, he said, think about a better world. What if people didn't need to survive? Because they figured it out. Now all they need to do is worry about other things. Is it going to be lazy? Are you going to be more creative? Where's the competition? So, technology is the perfect tool. Oh, wait a minute. We got phones and voice control computing and universal translators and AI, medical technology. It's not technology that's going to solve everything. It's the people working the technology that's going to come out on top. Indeed. But now, why is it so relevant? Well, because we see too many dystopias and everyone's tired of dystopia. I mean, they're tired of dystopias. It gets boring after a while. We want to see a better world. And dang, that is why I think that the Federation is the perfect society. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Q would beg to differ. Yeah, what's a Q? Oh, Flyfly John Delancey. He's mischievous. He intervenes a lot. Sounds like anybody you know? No. Do not ever compare me to Q. I am not what you call a Q. Ha. Hey. Well, no, don't forget. There's one more thing. Roddenberry is gone. And yet, his franchise lives on. In Star Trek: The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Enterprise, Discovery, Picard, Strange New World, Lower Decks, and a lot of fan-made films. Oh yeah. Had he lived long enough, he would have seen just how effective Star Trek was. Indeed, Deep Space Nine won. And if the Federation could survive war. And not only that, well, they did participate in Dominion War. Indeed. And not only that, Roddenberry had intelligence. He saw intelligence. And he inspired people who are scientists and engineers to make things. Well, we have smartphones. Yeah, we have voice calls, tablets, video communication, technology career, advanced medical imaging, digital assistants, robotic systems. Yeah, and all like that. Didn't you guys talk about some of that stuff when you reviewed Andromeda for the 25th anniversary? Indeed. And there are also portable computers. That is how we made the episodes. Indeed. Star Trek created an environment where advanced technology was useful. And not only that, it was very exciting. That matters. Then we got the Star Trek effect. Which is why people like Star Trek. and they get involved in something science related.
Oh, yeah. We've had NASA astronauts who were Star Trek fans, scientists in Star Trek productions.
Yeah, it's not a spaceship. It's curiosity. It's all the questions in the world that everybody asks. And even better, they were talking about the space race.
Whoa, moon landing?
Oh yeah, the moon landing happened because of Star Trek.
And not only that, well, we had some miracles happen.
Space exploration still exists.
And not only that, people want to explore the space.
Yeah, but we're just waiting for a few Martians to come join us.
Martians, you mean Vulcans?
I know what I said.
Indeed, we are very close to everything.
And let us talk about the leader.
Yeah.
Captain Kirk was a popular leader. Oh yeah. The Starfleet captains are not warriors.
I mean, yeah, they do have to fight.
But they have to be decision makers. They have to deal with interests. Listen to their advisors.
Yeah, and make decisions.
And know when you're wrong.
And sacrifice.
Exactly. But let's get to the human part of it.
Star Trek changed people for the better.
Like, look, when you watch Star Trek, you see what people become. They learn, they cooperate, they confront prejudices, they develop better institutions, they get smarter, they take responsibility for their actions. Technological advancement alone will not save civilization, but it's the people using that technology that's going to decide things. And think about storytelling. It was not just for pulp adventures, monsters, and children's entertainment. Star Trek made science fiction what it is today. Yep. And it's still expanding. Look what we're getting.
X-Files, Babylon 5, Battlestar Galactica, Stargate, The Expanse, Black Mirror, all that. Yeah. But then we thought about...
Oh, wait, one more thing. Remember a couple of years ago when we said that Gene Roddenberry was like the honey badger?
Yeah, that's right, kids. I'm a honey badger. Be like me, and don't give a crap. Hey.
You're right. Honey badger don't care. Honey badger don't give a crap.
Yeah, do I look like I give a crap? No, I ain't give a crap, and neither should you. Oh my gosh, you are crazy, nasty honey badger. And all like that. It was rather complicated.
He had to be complicated.
He didn't just do that himself.
No, he had a whole team. He hired a team.
Not only that, he had a team of people.
Yeah, and he was always bringing in new talent.
And it's time for the younger generation to discover who Gene Roddenberry really was.
Yeah.
And don't forget, none of us left in the Cold War. None of us know the history behind the show. We don't get cultural references.
But look what we get. We still see the excitement of discovering strange new worlds.
There's curiosity, friendship, conflict,
and making the world better. It's gonna be discovered.
Yeah. Star Trek is gonna be out there because people refuse to put an expiration date on them.
So now, let the generations discover what happens next.
So now, what is gonna happen to us today? Well, we got a lot of AI, climate change, space exploration, social media, biotechnology. Oh, we're still dealing with that. And yet, there's still Star Trek to help answer those questions. And so there we have it. The Final Frontiers, it's still out there. What was his greatest achievement? The final frontier. Space is still the final frontier. Yeah, there's still danger. Kirk had a fight. Yeah. Oh no. Even though we do think of that Gorn. Spock deals with his emotions. He's a Vulcan. Vulcans don't do emotions. Bones argues with everyone. Yeah. And they can go to civilizations that could destroy them. But they just gotta learn to talk their way out of it. No. Gene Roddenberry left us an open invitation on TV to explore, to question, to learn, to cooperate, to challenge prejudice, to learn to use technology, and refuse to hate humanity. Well, he didn't give the audiences a future that's on TV. He gave them a reason to believe that the future could be better. And that's that. Yep. Okay, so shall we wrap this thing on up? Yep. Let's do that. Okay. So, 5 years ago, we spoke about the Gene Roddenberry Trivia Show. Actually, you weren't there. Oh, yeah. Bam! Right. So, but we did talk about the show called Star Trek. Oh, and then, yeah, we did throw in the Battle of Boba Fett. No! Really? The Battle of Boba Fett is... No! Hey, guys, what's the problem? No. Yeah! Leonard Nimoy dressed up as Spock and sang that song! No, that music video will make you go blind. Oh, yeah. And not only that, well, we did talk about the Gene Roddenberry Tribute Show. Yeah. And not only that, didn't we talk about... Yeah. It was... So, we talked about the 100th anniversary of his birth. Yeah. He died in 1991 when he was 70. I still don't consider that old. Nah. Yeah. But then, here's what happened. So, I'm looking over the transcript of our first video into the Gene Roddenberry Tribute Show. Yeah, but not only that, he changed science fiction to something better. Yeah, because remember, Pulp Fiction was a thing. And then, what happened next? Well, Lucille Ball did pay for Star Trek out of her own pockets. That's right. Oh. But didn't you write a story about what happened if they accepted the cage? Oh, yeah. Yeah, things happen. The cage and everything from beyond. Oh, yeah. But then it was recycled into Strange New Worlds. Yeah. But if that show doesn't end with the OG crew on the bridge, what is even the point? Yeah. I mean, even though Chekhov don't show up to season 2. Exactly. Oh, yes. We told Christopher Pike as the one who was tormented by aliens. And not only that, they have been shot and tormented. Oh, yeah. And Orm was being rude. Hey! It's the hard truth, Orm. You're rude. And not only that, somebody says, do not interrupt the toys when they're talking. Only I can do that. And not only that, Pipe got tormented by aliens. Yeah, like, give him a break. Stop torturing that man. He's been tortured enough. Even in the reboot series. Thanks, Carly. Even in the reboot series, he got shot. Nah, my freaking Khan. Oh no, and bear in mind this was not Rickono Montalban's Khan. It is a dangerous version of Khan. Yay! Yay, Louise! Yeah. Now we still need to talk about why Star Trek Into Darkness is far more terrifying than you remember. And why Khan still scares the pants off everybody. So much that they had to call Leonard Nimoy. Yeah. To say, and then he's like, oh no, this dude again? Man, he killed me. Ooh. Namor, if you cheer, I'll kick your butt. Do not waste your anger on him, Carly. He is a fool, and the fool in his kingdom shall soon be parted. Hey! Doom will destroy you! Ooh! Yeah, and then I think you know. Wait, hold on. We still talked about Kirk, Spock, and Bones. Yeah, we see a lot of them. But it wasn't just them that we saw. It was Kirk, Spock, Bones, Uhuru, Scotty, Sulu, and Chekhov, and other characters. Yeah. And now like that. Wait, of course on that show, you guys spoke about Star Trek movies. And not only did they talk Star Trek movies, so he talked about the movies. Oh, Star Trek even made it onto Saturday Night Live. It was parodied. A lot of parody. Yeah, they really should have gone with the OG story where somebody tried to interfere in the assassination of President Kennedy. Yeah, and guess what? It would have been a total disaster. Yep, the country would have fallen apart. Yeah, I mean, we're already collectively assigned that traumatic event by default if you were born in America. But no, they would have they would have cranked up the story. But we'll talk about Earth Fire. You mean Assignment Earth? Yeah, we'll talk about Assignment Earth later on. And we can talk about it as if it were a whole series. But it's not like Doctor Who. Yeah. So they gave us the Wrath of Khan, and Spock died, and it sucked. Yeah, and you feel like punching Khan in the face. Oh, wait a minute. They did do an audio show about Star Trek Khan. Oh, yeah. And there was a plot twist that we saw from a mile away. But when they confirmed it, you're like, what the flip? Yeah. And she never found out until later. We never found out, too. Yeah. And then we got tired of these no-win situations. And then, unfortunately, there's still more. Klingons. Klingons. Not the Klingons. Oh, don't worry. In Star Trek Next Generation, Worf was the first Klingon on the Enterprise.
Oh, yeah. And not only that, that was awesome. So, Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home, which should celebrate its 40th anniversary. And maybe we should do a show about that on the Podcasters Roundtable. Yeah. It's Star Trek: The Voyage Home, not the one about the whales. Yeah. And so, there's other things to talk about. Ooh. Let's keep looking because we have a lot of things to talk about. Yeah. The show. And, oh no, then we wrapped up with the Ballad of Bilbo Baggins. Ah! Let's not talk about that. Oh no. And Leonard Nimoy sang the song. Yeah, it was based on The Hobbit too. Ah, man, 60s were the 60s. And now, we're paying for it. Yeah. And then wait, whatever happened in the original video? Oh, well, the next part of that video, which we will link in the description below, is about the What If series. Oh yeah, we were talking What If episode 2, which was a space adventure story. Which, look, we didn't plan this. It was just a coincidence that we spoke about legends, space travel, and a new legend. Oh. Yep. Alright, folks. I think we've had enough. Because look at what we got now. 5 years ago, we had Star Trek Discovery, Star Trek Picard, Short Treks, Lower Decks, Strange New Worlds, and Star Trek Prodigy. Oh, yeah. And that's that. Indeed. So there's that part of the story. So shall we take another break before we officially wrap the thing up? Yep, let's do that. Okay, everybody. This is the time where we have to put it into the show. Oh, but that's okay. Because there's still more that we need to talk about when we discuss the life of Gene Roddenberry. Well, hey, I got real reviews of Ryan Stark, and I really should advocate for a Gene Roddenberry biopic. The way we should be begging Disney to do a movie about Walt Disney? Yeah, let's do that. No, Star Child. Indeed. And then there was the Podcasters Roundtable that spoke of Star Trek. Yeah. But we need to talk about, what is the true meaning of Star Trek? What does Star Trek mean to us? Indeed. Yeah, it's time for. So, we should also talk about some of the fan-made movies that are done on Star Trek. Yeah, that too. And why some of those fan-made projects still significant today. And yes, we'll be talking about Star Trek in 10 years. We're not finished with that. Indeed. Okay, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in to the show. We're glad you enjoyed it. And if you liked it, do the following. Like the video. Leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, because you never know when you're going to get some more juicy content like what you just hear, and share it with everybody. And then,
Oh, and if your comments are not kind, you will. No, Star Child, you are not going to destroy anyone. No, please. This is Star Trek. Can you go 1 week without threatening to destroy people? I do not approve of mean comments. I will make whoever gives you mean comments endless pain. Oh no, Star Child. The only person who deserves endless pain was that ugly space raisin that tried to choke me. Ugh. Hey, I'm the good Thanos. Not you. The other one. Yep. Okay, everybody. We'll be back next week. Same bat time. Same bat channel. What were we talking about? Yeah, we gotta continue with the war in the north. Yeah, let's continue with that. And what that entails. So, on the show, and the show is over, so, meow. Goodbye. Oh, and you heard the Star Child. Nice comment on the video, or else.